Ask any child in India what martial arts they know, and you're likely to hear the same list: karate, judo, taekwondo, muay thai. These are incredible arts, no doubt. But what's missing from this list is India itself. Despite being the birthplace of some of the oldest combat systems in the world, Indian martial arts are rarely mentioned. Not in our classrooms, not in our textbooks, not even in our popular films. Instead, we've grown up watching foreign heroes kick and punch their way to glory while our own warrior traditions are forgotten. Join me as we uncover the roots of Indian martial arts, their stories, and how they shaped not just India but martial cultures across Southeast Asia. What is martial arts and where does India stand? At its core, martial arts is more than just fighting. It is a disciplined path, a way to train the body, sharpen the mind, and even elevate the spirit. Across the world, different cultures developed martial arts that reflected their environment, values, and history. Japan gave us karate and jiu-jitsu. China gave us kung fu. Korea gave us taekwondo. These arts became global symbols of skill and discipline. But here's the thing: long before most of these systems were formalized, India already had a rich tradition of martial arts. From the ancient epics like the Mahabharata, Ramayana, to the warrior clans of the south, northeast, and the Himalayan belt, India's combat systems were rooted in physical mastery, Ayurveda, yoga, spirituality, and war strategy. Yet, due to colonization, cultural neglect, and a lack of media representation, Indian martial arts were never given the global spotlight. But what if I told you that India's martial traditions aren't just ancient relics, but some of which have even influenced the arts of Southeast Asia? Let's explore these timeless arts, starting with one often called the mother of all martial arts, Kalaripayattu. Kalaripayattu, the mother of all martial arts, is one of the oldest fighting systems in the world, dating back over 3,000 years. It originated in Kerala and was founded by sage Parshuram, the warrior sage and avatar of Lord Vishnu, who is said to have reclaimed the land of Kerala from sea and established the sacred system of combat. But Kalaripayat isn't just about weapons and war. It is a holistic system combining physical agility, pressure point strikes, the Marma Chikitsa, healing, and yogic principles. Training starts with body conditioning and moves to wooden weapons, then metal weapons, and eventually empty hand combat. It even influenced martial traditions far beyond India. Many scholars believed that Bodhidharma, an Indian monk trained in Kalari, introduced these principles to China, giving rise to Shaolin Kung Fu. This is where martial arts began. Not in a modern dojo, but in a temple like space called Kalari, where mind, body, and spirit are forged together. Thang Ta, meaning sword and spear, is the martial art of the Meitei people of Manipur in India's northeast. More than just a combat system, Thang Ta is a martial dance tradition where the grace of performance meets the lethality of warfare. It evolved from a need for constant readiness, as Manipur, a kingdom often surrounded by threats, trained its soldiers in both armed and unarmed techniques. A typical Thang Ta fighter learns to use the thang, the sword, with rapid slashes and spinning cuts, while the ta, the spear, is used for both long range and close combat. Every movement is measured, controlled, and fluid, yet deadly. Thang Ta is also deeply spiritual. Movements are often synchronized with rituals and traditional Manipuri music, reflecting harmony with the elements and a warrior's discipline not just on battlefield but in life. In today's world, it stands as a symbol of Northeast India's pride, balancing art, history, and warfare in every step. Gatka. Gatka is the martial art of the Sikh warriors of Punjab, a sacred discipline rooted in courage, faith, and righteousness. It evolved during the Mughal era when Sikh gurus and warriors had to defend their communities against persecution. The term Gatka originally referred to the wooden stick used for practice, but over time it came to represent the entire martial system. Guru Har Gobind, the sixth Guru, is credited with formalizing the martial spirit of the Sikhs, and it was Guru Gobind Singh who trained the Khalsa, the warrior saints, in Gatka to fight with discipline, honor, and divine connection. Gatka involves the use of kirpans, the swords, the throwing discs, lathis, the sticks, and even shields combined with rhythmic footwork and spinning attacks. But it's more than just technique. It's about spiritual strength, defending the oppressed, and upholding the truth. Today, Gatka lives on in Sikh festivals, martial displays, and youth training, continuing a legacy of valor and service. Mardani Khel, literally meaning masculine play, is the traditional martial art of Maharashtra, famously used by Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's Maratha warriors. Developed during the 17th century, Mardani Khel was forged in the crucible of resistance when the Marathas needed a fast, mobile, and a deadly combat system to counter the large imperial armies of the Mughals. It was designed for both foot and horseback combat, and its strength lay in guerrilla strategy, or the Ganimi Kawa, a brilliant method of surprise attacks, ambushes, and swift retreats across the Sayadri terrain. Mardani Khel warriors were highly skilled in a variety of traditional weapons, like the Dandpatta, a flexible gauntlet style sword, the Dhal Talwar, the classic sword and shield combo, the Lathi, a heavy wooden stick used with incredible speed, and the Bhala, a long spear for mid range combat. This wasn't just a brute force, it was tactical, precise, and deeply rooted in the warrior ethos of Maharashtra. Today, though its use in battle has faded, Mardani Khel survives in pockets through cultural revival efforts and dedicated warriors. Mushti Yuddha, meaning fist combat, is one of India's oldest unarmed martial arts, mentioned in the Mahabharata, Manusmriti, and Dhanurved. This fierce bare knuckle fighting style focused on punches, grappling, pressure point attacks, and full body strikes. Its spiritual and practical training grounds were Varanasi, India's ancient city of wisdom and warriors. Here in traditional akhadas, fighters honed their skills, not just as brawlers, but as disciplined martial artists. But what's even more fascinating is how this Indian art influenced the world. Over centuries, through trade and migration, Mushti Yuddha traveled east, laying the foundation for many Southeast Asian striking systems like Muay Thai, Litwe, Tomoy, Muay Boran, Muay Lao, and Pradal Sare. These arts share striking techniques, clinch work, and weaponless combat philosophies that echo Mushti Yuddha's principles passed along ancient trade routes, warrior exchanges, and cultural ties. So while Muay Thai and others have gained international fame, their roots trace back to India's original fist fighting tradition, a testament to the deep martial legacy India holds. For too long, the idea of martial arts in our textbooks, media, and schools have been defined by what came from outside India. But India too is a home to fierce, graceful, and deeply philosophical martial traditions, born from its history, spirituality, and warrior cultures. And these are just a few. Across India and the world, there are hundreds of martial arts waiting to be rediscovered, each with its own story, soul, and science. If you want to see more forgotten underground or ancient martial traditions from India and beyond, like and comment to what you'd like to see next, and subscribe to support this journey of bringing authentic knowledge back into the light.